Mm-hmm. Well, it is going to come down to Savjz's consistency on this priest. I think if Savjz draws well, the priest minions are just too big to be dealt with appropriately by this warrior deck. So we'll have to see. I think the range of draws on the priest are so vast that it's almost entirely based on that. Even though the warrior hasn't been very consistent either, it seems consistent enough. Shadow Word Pain does deal with a lot of the dragons, though. He deals with the monkey as well.
Yep, that's right. Being able to deal with those early game minions is going to be such a big deal for the priest. You really need to be able to land that curve because the priest hero power doesn't do anything. At least the warrior hero power still gains you life and ultimately synergizes with shield slam, but priest still has no benefit whatsoever if it doesn't have any minions.
Actually, I really like Savjz's hand here. He can do turn 4 Corruptor, turn 5 Corruptor, and he has a Shadow Word Pain.
For the life binder.
The pain answers the champion.
Does it?
It can. I mean, it depends on what you want. You can also pass, but that's 2 turns of taking this damage.
It's not about damage. I think it's about value. This warrior deck has no draw. It's all about the big minions.
Yeah, but you're giving it options to expand the board. So while I can understand, because Shadow Word Pain has a lot of targets you can hit in this deck. The first that comes to mind is the Twilight Guardian. It's just going to be more pressure building up, and with that Arathi Weaponsmith draw, that's basically optimal lines of removal.
I think he's going to pass
he feels
again.
Like he's gonna.
Yep. Because the situation that he set up is, if Thijs plays something, he does Auchenai Circle. If Thijs plays nothing, he wins the board with a coin Corruptor. Savjz just wins both ways. He can afford to take some damage.
The Twilight Guardian isn't killed by the Circle combo with the Auchenai Soul Priest. And I think Thijs is really evaluating this, thinking, like, why isn't he doing anything? He's just passing. Even if he wasn't, like, passing on purpose for this, say he had no play, he definitely would be mindful of this combination. He knows that Auchenai Soul Priest is a possibility here. It's still an unusual card given in the format, right? I'm not used to seeing this, but yeah.
That I am surprised
a lot, man.
That is a really passive play. I thought he would circle.
It's okay. That's the best target Shadow Word Pain can hit. If you're saying it, you're playing for value. You're going to really outcard them. You're not anticipating that Warrior can kill you. I think he's really taking advantage of the fact that it's clear Warrior doesn't have a true burst finisher, like a true closer. It's got a lot of good starting pitchers, but no ace to finish it out.
What now?
Seeing as everything dies to a circle, I think it's in your best interest to play the Weaponsmith.
Well, one thing for sure is I don't want Thijs to play the dragon. I've seen scenarios like this very recently.
Oh, we have. Oh no!
Ah, he's not gonna have a dragon. Ah! Oh my gosh! All right, okay, here we go. The clear, the circle clear. It's okay because this turn he's gonna play the Weaponsmith anyways, right? He wasn't planning on playing the Corruptor, so he has 2 draws to get the dragon.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
There's Varian.
I get it. Azure Drake there was the best to replace. It's like to build the pressure in case he's not actually saving for an Auchenai play, and it's also replaces itself. So for him, in his opinion, he was okay. Well, but this is the march back of the priest.
If he played the Weaponsmith first and the Azure Drake second, he could not lose his minion to the Corruptor actually. So the Azure Drake would have actually stabilized the board this turn.
Yeah, that's also a good point too. That's brutal, because the difference between keeping the Drake and not is huge. Bash is 4 damage. Shield Slam gets an extra +1. No dragon!
He still has a... Oh yeah, no dragon.
So he has to bash, shield slam, and then I guess the Farseer is all that's remaining mana-wise.
What if he just armor up shield slams and then plays the Farseer? That seems alright.
That is true. You can get away with that as long as you don't have Power Word Shield and draw a card, but I don't think you care too much about that. The thing that is scary, though, is how much cards that Priest can draw and outcard you.
Yeah, you do know that these North Shards are particularly threatening in this deck. Savjz is running the Wild Pyromancers. He's running a lot of heal effects. It can really steamroll out of control. So you could even make that play and then just War Axe at the end.
Okay, so he does end up going for a full clear option, but he's dumping a lot of cards to do it. I guess the good news is that almost anything is answered by what Savjz plays. The only problem is that he doesn't have a dragon. Another valuable trade here. The Priest is just really marching on. It's like you said, using the health as a resource and playing conservative from the beginning. It was a great line that Savjz has taken.
That's a good card. That gives him the dragon he needs.
About time. Ends up paying off. But if he didn't, he would have been in a very similar situation as his teammate, Life Coach. Savjz also, I think, plays 2 Entombs.
I think you're right.
So that means ultimately the dragons in the late stages of the game for Thijs, assuming it goes to a point where neither player can kill each other, Thijs will outgrind the warrior by a big margin.
Depends on the North Shires, right? The North Shires can swing that in a huge direction. I'm pretty familiar with the Control Warrior versus Control Priest matchup. And typically when I feel I'm in control, I just let the Priest draw with Northshire and usually end up winning the fatigue game. But I think Savjz is too smart to let that happen.
Yeah, he's definitely played his fair share as well of the matchups, particularly with the Golden Monkey ones, the variants. Yeah. You play Fatigue. I think everyone's really experimented with it a lot. Man, Thijs from this point, he's got to use Variant to climb back into it. Azure Drake trying to see if he can dig for some other stuff and really keep up the card count. That's not bad at all.
Yep.
It does happen to weaken one of the minions within range of the Fiery War Axe. So either you choose the Fire... I guess you probably put on the Azure Drake because the Pyromancer is going to die either way.
I like the Azure Drake a lot more. I would consider perhaps... I guess you can't do much about it. No, I thought you could heal. Never mind.
All right, let's go. Varian Rin, this is an actual real need for Varian.
Yep.
Whether you pull minions or draw cards, anything will do.
If he gets like Ysera, he's gonna win the game. Nope.
Oh man, nope.
Oh!
And he drew his third card?
Slam.
That's so huge. Because now he can only play Sylvanas, but he can't actually guarantee a steal on it. No Entomb.
No, the only thing he can do is death his own Sylvanas and hope to get Ysera.
Is that really what it's come down to?
Well, it's happening pretty quickly here.
Well, okay, here... Oh my goodness. 50-50 to steal Ysera, which can completely turn around the tide.
Nope.
He steals Varian instead.
That's huge, because now Dream punishes Varian.
Yeah, that's right, because the Variant has to be played again, and then that pulls really deep into the deck. But it's... Oh, okay.
Oh, just a card. Just a card. I think Thijs might have a fatigue game on lock.
Well, he's drawing with the slam, so he's still evaluating his plays. Bran Bronzebeard not really impactful here.
I feel Savjz's depression right now.
I mean, he was so close to making a comeback. He was down 0-2, and he's like, yes, I can do this against the Warrior. But, you know, that 50-50 was such a big deal. But he also went for that risk because he knew that if he played Sylvanas and just Death Variant, for example, he's still in the same spot, but might be even worse. However, don't discount the fact that Savjz can still get an Entomb off the top of his deck.
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
Savjz can't believe that Varian got bounced.
He's like, no, I don't want. You gave me the Variant. Usually the player who plays this is in the bad spot.
With as many spells as Savjz has, this really could be a big problem. It's all up on this though. Oh, he got his own sets! And Entomb!
Sarah now! And he's got an Entomb!
Well played.
I have no clue what's happening. He's got the Nightmare. I mean, Thijs is saying well played because this is hilarious, not because he actually won.
Wow.
Now, Thijs doesn't actually know how to deal with his opponent, Ysera, because he doesn't actually have the removal in mind for it.
Yeah, he might go face, and that is going to be a disaster because Savjz does have the bounce. He has the flash heals.
Would you want it any other way, Crip, for the final game where Varian Rin decides to finally come off his throne and say, okay, guys, I hear you guys talking mad smack talk about me.
Yeah, and he's playing with Ysera's everywhere. Look at that. What a player.
Varian Rin now reads Battle Cry, put Ysera from your deck onto the battlefield. Mother.
Alright.
Here's the big problem. We were saying Thijs might have the edge to close it out in the fatigue, but Savjz also has cards like Entomb, which are fantastic for fatigue. But he's also dying, so does he have enough time? This is such a hard thing. Ysera Awakens is a really relevant card right now, Crip, because damage really matters.
All right, this is an extremely difficult play for Savjz. You also have to consider the fact that he got a North Shard and he has a Circle Heal, so he is capable of drawing every single card in his deck. So the possibilities here are almost endless. He basically has to go off of his deck list and consider every possible imaginable play in this situation.
He definitely needs to. I think he really hopes that he can get a North Shard, what's it called? The Alkanized Soul Priest, but he can't use that Circle of Healing anymore. So he's going to draw some cards. He's almost certainly going to Entomb. If he can get that, if he was able to get that Alkanized, maybe he could have also used some of that first.
He can Nightmare a Taunt to stop damage, by the way.
Oh, you're right. That's such a clutch move, because Nightmare kills at the beginning of your turn.
Yep.
Oh, I love it! So that stops some damage for now. Of course, Thijs is pretty upset. He's looking pretty stressed. Fiery War Axe. Okay, Ysera Awakens does 5.
No, there's no way you could do that right now. Your options are basically to develop a weapon and nothing else. Do you want to develop a weapon? What do you think?
You can develop a weapon, hit into the Wormrest Agent, Ysera Awakens, and then kill Varian, develop the Emerald Drake. But that also, I mean, maybe he feels like he wants to use the Fiery War Axe for 6 damage to the face. That's 11 over turns. I mean, Priest also drew a lot of cards. I want to get a count of how many cards we're actually at.
Priest has got like 5 cards at most, I think.
Okay, well, at this point, he needs to have something on the board, and definitely needs to at least keep hitting the armor up, because he's going to need as much health as possible. This is coming down to a pretty epic game. Savjz looks like he can almost stabilize, but he's picking up kind of weak cards here. And doesn't really necessarily want to draw too many more, but...
No, I think playing the Armorsmith is a huge mistake. Savjz drew his whole deck. He does have exactly 5 cards. He drew his whole deck, so you know you're going to have your Armorsmith Caballed. The fact that your Armorsmith gets Caballed, I think, means that you can stabilize as the Priest. I think With the Armor Smith coming down, Savjz has won this game.
That's a really good point, because now you can play for fatigue.
Yeah.
But you're really far ahead of the card draw. This is the case where Warrior really wish it had some kind of execute. Because if you can execute Ysera, then Ysera Awakens has a chance to reset the board.
Let me change your mind.
Cabal on the Armor Smith is so big, and Thijs is losing grip very slowly from this game. And that Emerald Drake is really cool, but not really doing much here.
Alright, well this Awakens is going to have a big impact on the board. But, Ysera won't die, and there's another Ysera in the deck.
There's two Yseras. There's Ysera!
Yeah. And there's a lot of armor from that Armor Smith. I think that was the turning point.
Because you can't actually burn your opponent anymore.
Yep.
What cards do you have? Okay, he needs Nefarian to pull Thought Steal, and Thought Steal will get Ysera in the hand. What do you think about that, Crip?
Oh man, I don't know about that.
How about Nefarian into Entomb? There's a lot of Steel cards left if he can survive that long. If he can survive that long. I mean, the fact is Ysera even pulling any kind of minions like Laughing Sisters is pretty relevant too.
Yeah.
A lot of board pressure.
I don't see how Thijs wins this game. The last time I said that, the opponent disconnected, so I guess that could happen.
Not now, Crip. Holy Nova's not really it. You know, it's going so long without hitting the other Ysera, but it's perfectly fine. Savjz has got so many good cards ready in the bottom of his deck here. That Entomb has been so clutch. I think Thijs is basically on his... he only has like 2 turns, 3 turns maybe at most.
He's got an Onyxia though. I think if he draws Onyxia, there might be some hope. Oh!
It is! Onyxia up top! And there's no AoE clear.
Not anymore.
He used both circles. He used Shadow Word Death. He used Sylvanas. He used his Entomb.
He's got the dream, but he's going to have to keep getting good Ysera parts for this to work.
But Ysera has, like, the Laughing Sisters. That Twilight Guardian might be useful to stop the Onyxia from direct attacking. But all these 1/1s are so annoying.
Yep, it's really hard to handle the whelps.
I must consider.
Would you kill the Onyxia and just take it really slow and play minions? Just trade both the 4-attack minions, play out the Twilight Guardians and the Laughing Sisters, and then you know you have Ysera as your final card. Oh, sorry, you have 2 cards remaining. I mean, there's a possibility for that.
Yeah. It looks really bad, but I think it's a good opinion.
I do like the idea of trying to grind it out. However, if Priest is hitting fatigue much quicker than the Warrior is, based off its draws, then it's going to need to also heal itself. You have to definitely consider how much you want to heal, for sure.
Looks like Savjz is going to try to go for an aggressive approach.
Okay.
Could work.
Dream.
Could absolutely work.
So he's going to try to see if he can draw something really nice here. Another dream!
That's pretty good.
Just to keep the Onyxias bouncing. I mean, for Thijs though, Onyxia kind of left mini Boombots if you think about it. It's just like Boombots guaranteed do 3 damage.
Yeah, but those only did 6 damage total. That's nothing. Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom frowns on your statement.
If you ask.
Yeah. This is hilarious, though.
I just want to point out that 10 minutes ago, Crip, is when Ysera's was pulled out by the Varian Rin, followed by the Sylvanas, into Varian Rin pulling another Sylvanas because he dreamed it! What?
Good.
Alright, well, they're still far away from being able to pressure for the kill because tank up is so strong. But Warrior has definitely missed a couple of armor ups here. And I think if you're going to go for that plan of like playing Dream, I think you really go for it again. Try to see if you can maximize one more turn. Poor Savjz has not drawn his other Ysera either. Because I think if he had the second Ysera and played
Well, it's his last card, right? He only has one card left.
How many cards does the Warrior have in this deck? How far is Thijs from fatigue? He got 5? It's plenty. Priest
5's a lot more than 1.
Yeah, Priest will be so far into fatigue. Not to mention that he has the tank up.
I must consider.
Among those 5 again is Nefarian. Which is a lot of... It's a huge weight.
Dude, I don't even understand anymore. Injured Blade Master, like anything that he puts out as like a reasonable sized threat is also pretty significant. He's starting to play a little bit of the clear. I do like killing the Onyxia though, for sure. Dream Ysera so you can get maximum value. He's running out of time. Oh my goodness, Savjz ran out of time here. I think he wanted to play the 2 Twilight Wolves so he can get them onto the board, and now the board is vulnerable a little bit. Oh, did he get it out time?
Looks like he missed Drake. Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. It helps fill out the curve. So Azure Drake and the Fierce Monkey. You got something you can tank up. So as yet to hit Nefarian, the Big Daddy.
No dragon
I'm waiting for
yet.
Nefarian to give us some real nice dessert to this awesome main course script. This has been delicious. Been exquisite so far. Not even Ramsey could be too salty about this game.
Yeah, all that Thijs has to do is stall. He like if I think this game might be reliant on Ysera Dreams.
Okay,
If he gets like Awakens, then I think Savjz can maybe... Like, if he gets, like, 2 Nightmares and Awakens, I think he can do, like, some crazy burst combo before he's dead.
Okay, Thijs is keeping the Akanai alive because he doesn't want the Akanai to heal. Oh no, he didn't get the last tech! Ah! He messed up! No! Not like this! Why? Oh, after all we've been through, this is how it goes? He loses the Fierce Monkey and Thijs is regretting everything right now. Oh my goodness. A second too late might have costed him a big opportunity. It's not that the game's over, but the advantage has been definitely given more over to Savjz, and that's rattled Thijs a lot. Emperor's not really anything here.
That's a decent Ysera pull, by the way. The Emerald Drake.
Okay. I don't know if we're gonna actually at that point if the fatigue is actually going to matter. So in 5 turns, Priest will take 15 damage and it can't heal. So if it can last that long, I don't think it will though.
Watch this be like a Nefarian Holy Smite to the face lethal.
So sick. Oh, I would love it. I would love it if that was the case. You know, realistically, it might also be the thing where, like, you want to suicide your own Akanai so you can start healing. Wait, is that 2 fatigue damage? I was. Oh, I was miscounting. I was pretending as if he was taking 1 next turn. So...
No, it is 1. It is 1.
It was 1? Oh, okay, my bad. I miscounted then. So he takes 15 in 5 turns, so he needs to kill the...
He doesn't have to kill the Tharson is the thing. He doesn't have to.
Right. But I'm saying he should probably consider killing his own Akanai if he wants to heal, or if he wants to be more proactive on the board, keep the Akanai alive, and then use it to fight as minion combat. Okay, Savjz also roping. He's going to use this ping. And And it looks like he's trading it in. Okay, I like it. I think you definitely just want to play the keep awake because the fatigue is definitely against you and you need to heal. Your Sarah Awakens is also very dicey.
Is it Nefarian? Is it Nefarian?
No. No. It's pretty bad.
That's pretty
He's also going to try to hit to accelerate the fatigue. To the face! I like it! Oh, this is coming down so close, Crip. 3 damage next turn. Oh, sorry, 2 damage, my bad. 3 damage the following turn.
He has to heal.
4.
He has to heal.
Here. I don't know if he has enough time. He has to draw double Nightmare this turn, I think. Something like that. I think he's just going to go for it. He has to go for a huge amount of burst. Because I think he still has the opportunity to get the Ysera Awakens for the finish. Or maybe even a tie?
Oh, it's 10 damage.
Nefarian has... Wait,
no, it's not.
He has to bash. He got bash! That's it! That's enough damage, right?
Is it? No, it's 2.
Damage
It's only 2. It's only 2.
Are you sure?
Oh, there's 3!
Hammer down! Nefarian!
Job's done.
What was that?
2 Yseras is not good enough.
That's the grand finals. Thijs is the champion. Savjz can't believe it. We're in shock. They're still stunned. We have their cameras right here. That was insane.
I swear I saw Nefarian played by that warrior deck before. I don't know. Maybe they switched it up a little bit.
I don't know,
like maybe some of them are playing Nefarian, maybe some aren't. Whatever. Yeah, that was mind-blowing.
That was a climax that lasted 20 minutes, and I will never know what it's like to feel something like that again. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what a relief that Thijs got the win there. Because if he would have lost by the slightest margin, he would have blamed himself forever for that missed attack with the 1-1.
I mean, and the same thing too. Like, it's one of those things. Okay, I kind of was in the zone where like Savjz probably couldn't win the game, but if he had so much damage, he could have maybe tied the game.
Mm-hmm.
If that wasn't Bash as the last card, we were expecting Nefarian for the longest time. I think it's because life.
The re-game on that one. Oh god, we've been here all through the night.
Oh my goodness.
Warrior goes through all the way to the end. How about that?
Speechless.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, Thijs does take it. He is taking home. It's about $13,000 for first place, but certainly all the glory, especially after that.
Yeah, that was quite the photo finish there. Not quite the like 1 damage over fatigue ended up being the lethal where they both end up passing, but pretty dang close. All 30 cards were drawn from both decks, and you wouldn't want to go either way. From all the swings from the Varian Rin, we mocked him enough, but he ended up being a super player for both teams there. Yep. Also, shout out to Savjz for bringing a really good amount of decks. Really being able to mix it up with that priest. Love it. Love it a lot. Thank you so much, everybody who's tuned in. I believe this concludes our programming. We want to give some final shout-outs to everybody. But before we do, Crip, do you have anything you want to say about the event before we dismiss?
Not too much. It was really interesting to see kind of like a sneak peek on what the standard format might be like. Okay, of course, we knew the druids will dominate and all that, but in the end, the very decisive matches were like priest and warrior games. So, you know, that actually probably is a pretty good sneak peek on what we can expect in the future of Hearthstone. And well, unless something drastic happens, the future looks pretty bright.
Yeah, collectively, the hunters are weeping everywhere around the world right now, as they have not had any representation. But don't worry, the shamans will live on in its former glory, at least for now. Until then, this has been Frodan and Crip, bringing you guys the Curse Trials presented by Team Archon. A big final shout-outs and thank you to everyone who helped make this happen, including geekfield.com. Check out their link. It's /Team Archon, so that way you guys can get up to $50 worth of swag in every one of those packages that they present. A big shout out to the Curse Network for help sponsoring the event as a whole, along with their subsidiary network of Hearthpwn.com. Finally, the Innkeeper.com. What they do is help you manage all your collection, your cards, in case you want to build meta decks. Make sure just at least take a look and see if you like the tool. And if you do, you can incorporate it into how you play your Hearthstone. Until then, we're done. Until next time, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching.